Update 2. My 35M wife, 35F, and mother of 3 is cheating on me, and she thinks I don't know anything. What to do? First of all, I want to say something. I am reading all of your comments, or most of them. What some of you can write is just pure craziness. Stop putting your own words and stories in my mouth. I have never, ever said I want to see my wife out of the country where we live right now. If there is one person in the world that wants her to stay here, that's me then, because that means my kids are staying. I will offer her the best deal that will allow her to stay here, but that deal includes divorce. If she rejects it, then we will fight for the custody. I'm not the one who should fight for her future. I didn't do shit to her. According to some of you, I should go back into Europe, in her country. I've been there 4 times in my life. I have to leave everything I have built in Asia so I could see my kids 3 days per week while I didn't do anything. She did. She cheated on me, and I should destroy everything I have so she could be in the nice spot because I am the father and she is cheating mother. Or even better, I should not divorce her so she can stay here because she was cheating and doesn't know how to keep her legs closed, and I need to suffer and never meet anyone else in my life. Brilliant logic. Maybe she can find a job here and stay in the country legally and with the kids that have everything. That's also not okay. Poor her. She needs to work. Some of you said she gave up on her career because of me and kids. Again, you are making stories without knowing anything. She didn't give up on anything. I was the one telling her if she wants to work, she finished only high school. She can, and I will hire the nanny. But she didn't want to because she probably needed time for her AP. I am not forcing her out of country. Immigration will force her if we divorce and she doesn't have the job. That's normal in every country. I am not above the law. She can find the job and stay with the kids because the best for kids is to stay here. She should do everything to be near kids. At the end, I love our kids more than she does because I didn't ruin our family, she did. Not to mention my kids don't know anyone in her country except her family, don't speak her language, and have friends and go in school, kindergarten here. Well, if you ever experience something like this in your life, you can use your logic. I will stick with mine. So to conclude this rant, I will offer her the deal with the kids staying here. She stays here, but not with me. If she rejects it, we go on the court and we will see what the judge will say. I also never said if we divorce, she will not get anything. She will, but not as much as she would get in the Europe. And I honestly don't care if I lose money, house, or whatever if my kids stay here. I could transfer ownership of my house on my brother, cars, send all the money as a gift/loan to him or to my parents, like my lawyer told me to do, if I want to keep everything after the divorce, because at this moment, she is not entitled at anything before the divorce since she doesn't even have residency status here, let alone citizenship, and everything is in my name. So I can do that before I file for the divorce and she will get huge nothing here. But I am not doing that. I will earn that money back in a few years max, but my kids are forever. Now, news and long update. Yesterday I had long talks with my lawyer. He will make everything so we can divorce here where we live. It will be a tough process, but we are ready. He also gave me the contact of the lawyer in the country where we married each other. That lawyer told me according to everything I told him I am in great position. So I am literally building 2 cases if I need. I need to divorce in Asia, not in Europe. If I divorce in the country where we live or where we married each other, there are huge chances kids will stay with me. EU courts has 0 rights or jurisdiction here. So if she ever thinks to send kids in the Europe with her, she can only dream. The court, according to my lawyers, would keep kids here because 2 of 3 my kids are already in the school, spent whole life here. I am working, she doesn't. I have house, financial power for their good life and residency status. My wife could ask for the appeal in her own country where she would have bigger chances, but that process could go for years and I can delay it also in the multiple ways. And my kids would not be allowed to leave the country where we are without me allowing that. So that's great. I sent all the details about house, cars, and bank accounts to my lawyer, and he is building the case. Also, I agreed with him that we make a deal for her. She can keep the house and car, but I will be the primary custody parent. Or I keep the house and I will pay for the place where she can live and we share the custody. Anything other I don't accept. When I came back home from the work, she was waiting me with the kids. Again, she looked good. We went out as a family during the evening. I had great time with the kids. I couldn't stand her. When we came home, she tried to initiate sex, but I politely refused. She was laughing while talking about some nice moments in our past, most of the night in bed. So I had to ask myself, is she completely out of her mind? Today, she drove our kids into school and kindergarten. Before I left the house, I took all the papers I needed, suit, some clothes, and left. I decided yesterday that I will not confront her directly because of the kids. They are always near us and I don't want them to have trauma because of this. While I was at work, she was texting me about plans for us tonight. I was acting like everything is fine because I thought she might come at my work if I confront her already, and that would make me huge problems at my work. When she texted me at 3 p.m. that kids are home and that they are all eating, I knew that's the moment. I finished the job shortly after. I left her some money on the joint, mine, but she has access account, and took everything else to my other bank account. I sent her the text in 4:05 p.m. The funniest thing with all the evidence I have, I still can't believe this is the reality. 11 years. I want to tell you so many things right now, but I am so disgusted by you that I just want this to end as soon as possible. You made your choice, now I am making mine. You can stay tonight. Tomorrow, after kids leave for the school, I want you to see out of my house. Don't try to do something stupid with the kids. You will just have bigger problems. I am ready for every scenario. My lawyers are ready. Be normal, and we can end this in the most normal way. Everything else will just put you in the worst position possible. At the end, I can't say I want you all the best, but if your best is away from me, then I want you all the best. Don't call me and I repeat. Don't do something stupid because I will not tolerate that. My lawyer will contact you about the kids immediately when you leave my house. You can meet and be with them every day, but you are not allowed to enter my property after everything you did. P.S. You look good in those nudes pictures you sent to AP. She was online when I sent her the message but didn't respond or call for the next 20 minutes. I wish I could see her face during those 20 minutes. During those 20 minutes, I called the AP. He rejected the call and sent the message asking who is that. I called again and he answered. I told him that I will not do anything to him. I just want normal talk, and if he has any human decency, he will meet with me wherever and whenever he wants. Whole day I thought he will reject a possible meeting, but he apologized to me and asked me where I am. I explained him. He told me where he is, and we decided to meet in 5:30 p.m. in one bar near his flat. When my wife started to call me, I put the phone in airplane mode. AP was waiting for me. I saw that he is looking at me from 10 m distance at least. I was audio recording the meeting. OFC, he knew how I look. I mean, my wife has pictures with me on her IG, and us as a profile picture on WhatsApp and Line. What a lovely wife. He immediately asked me, can he say everything? And after that, I can ask him whatever I want. I told him he can, but after he says everything about him, he is 26 years old. He's from one country in Europe, as I assumed. He doesn't have any GF or wife, no kids. He lives here whole year and just enjoys his life. So he looks good. He is an attractive young guy and seems like someone who only wants to bang girls. Then he started to talk how he met my wife. They were in one restaurant/club in the early August. He was with friends. She was with friends. I knew about this because she asked me, can she go out with her friends? After some time, they all started to sit together. They talked a little bit. He told his IG when some of wife's friend asked. He says she wasn't flirty that day. He saw her ring and assumed she is married and didn't want anything. He showed me messages with her from other apps that I didn't know see. She started little talk, and after that they talked more and more. She said she loves me but that I have cheated on her. I've never looked, let alone touched other women since I met her before a month, and that is her revenge. When I saw that I wanted to vomit, she was saying this before, after the first time they were physical. He told me they had sex 4 times, one round. Whenever they would meet, she would be nervous after the sex and would always say this is wrong, and she would leave shortly after. He was confused with her behavior and even texted her to not meet anymore. According to him, she cried last time and said this is over and that she did the worst mistakes in her life. She loves me. And even though I cheated on her, this is not okay. She wrote to him that she liked the attention and that he picked her, even though she is 9 years older before some single friends of her, but that she doesn't have any emotional love for him, but she has for me. Lucky me. In the last Thursday when I came in the house in the middle of the work to catch her and found the empty house and caught her lying to me, she called him to meet. This guy actually told me with a straight face that he wanted to have sex with her that day. I mean, he has balls. He was busy somewhere and she was waiting for him in the lobby of the building where he lives. He thought she came because of sex, but according to him, she rejected him and told him they are done. She told him to not call her anymore and that she will never stop regret for everything what she did. She also asked him to not say a thing to anyone. He showed me messages after the meeting where she says almost the same because he was confused. So he asked her again, is she sure? She blocked him after that on everything and never called again. Probably she deleted all these messages because I didn't see those messages on her phone. Did she forget to delete those hidden messages I actually saw? I have no idea. I don't know. Is he lying? But I don't think he does. He doesn't have any reason to defend her because he actually said a lot of bad things about her and gave me every evidence I needed. He showed me literally every message. He said about every disputing detail. He even told me one of my wife's friends knew about them, so he told me basically more than I wanted. While we were talking, my wife called him. He showed me and asked me, do I want him to answer? I told him to not answer. She started to send him messages and voice messages. Some of the quoted messages are voice messages where she screamed like a lunatic. Her, where is he? Why did you tell him? I hate you, destroyed my life. Where is he? Him, what are you talking about? Why are you attacking me when you lied to me? And him, her, How does he know he left me? You destroyed me. I told you we are over. Why did you do this? Where is he? I am trying to find him. Him. I didn't tell him anything. I didn't do anything. You are married. Her. I made mistakes, but I don't love you. I love my husband. I don't love you. I never loved anyone except him. I did the worst mistake in my life. I never liked you except for fun. I wish I never met you. Him. I really don't care who you love, but why did you lie to me? Her. I didn't lie anything. I really love my husband and he left me now. I don't want to live. He left me. Him. I am not talking about that. You lied. He cheated on you, and that's why you are doing this. With how many guys have you been behind his back saying the same thing you told me? Her. With 0. You are the first and last, and I can't believe I did this. You told him and destroyed me because I don't want to have anything with you anymore. Him. I don't give a damn what you want or not. I didn't tell him anything. Answer my question. Her. You told him you are a horrible human being. Him. Answer the question. Her. What question? Him. Why did you lie? He cheated on you. Her. Because I am idiot and liked the attention and lost control, and now I lost everything. How does he know about this if you didn't tell him? Him. I didn't say anything, and I need to go. Her. How do you know I lied about him if you didn't talk? I know you told him everything. I hate you. You destroyed me. Him. Again, I didn't tell him anything, but I hope he will not forgive you. She blocked him after this. I was just looking at him for 2 minutes without saying anything. I was close to start crying. He was apologizing like crazy and said if he knew that she is happily married, he wouldn't do anything. He says I don't need to believe him, but that's the truth. He told me he doesn't want anything with her and never planned. Also, he sent me SS of all their messages immediately so I can have it during the divorce process. He asked me what I want to do with her in the marriage. I told him everything, and he wished me and my kids best of luck and asked me if she calls him or send him any message do I want him to tell me. I said I want. He told me if I need anything, I can call him. We even shake the hands. If someone told me before a week that I will DNA test my 3 kids and shake hands with my wife's lover, I would think I am high. But this is my life. At the end, it's not his fault. I didn't marry him. I sent the audio record of the meeting and SS of their messages to my lawyer, talked with him a little bit. He told me with everything AP said and messages that he sent me, it should increase even more my chances during the divorce. Now I am in the hotel. I didn't block my wife. She sent me billion messages and called me at least 100 times. Even my friends called me asking where I am because my wife told them we had huge fight and I left the house. In the morning when my kids leave for school/kindergarten, I will confront her eyes in eyes, and then in the afternoon I will DNA test kids. I took some free days from the work this week, so I have time. That's it. I know some of you will tell me I shouldn't do this and that, but I am trying my best. It's much easier to give advice from the phone than actually living this shit and going through roller coaster of emotions. This is by far my worst period in my life, and I have been through some really shitty situations during my life. I don't know, will I update? Probably I will, but in other sub or at my profile. But if I don't, just be smarter than I was. Thank you all and take care.
I think you're doing great. I would do everything you're doing too. She decided to trash her family. If the roles were reversed, women would be calling her a betas for standing up for herself. You are going to get through this. She may be sorry, but the damage is already done, and she knows it. Really sad when most of us just want to be loved and in a monogamous relationship. Why else would anyone decide to get married? If only cheaters could just meet with like-minded people, and they can all cheat on each other, while the rest of us that don't want that can just live our lives with our families, right? Wishing you peace. Update me.
Assuming this is real, it is a huge mistake to leave this woman alone with your children right now. Her life is crumbling around her, and these are the circumstances where people sometimes make very bad, very permanent, and very violent decisions. A better move would have been to find a way to get her out of the house while you have the kids, and then refuse to let her back in. Let her use the money you generously left in the shared account for her to get a hotel. You said you were worried about making a scene in front of your kids, but right now she's going through a breakdown in front of them, and who knows what else. You need to be there to protect them emotionally, and if she responds in the worst possible way, physically. If you are not already back with your children, go home now